Hello all. I've talked a few times in the past about how I use public transportation a lot here in China. So I thought an interesting video might be one just showing me and how I use public transportation here. So here we go. We're gonna go look at some ways I ride the bus and the metro. Here I am at a bus stop. This is the name of the bus stop. It's named for the two roads in this area. And these are the bus routes that serve it. Yeah, there's a jackhammer in the background. The stops are listed here in Chinese only, so if you don't speak Chinese, this can be a bit difficult. You need to arrange for someone to help you. And here's the bus timetable for some of the routes. Today I'm planning to go to the metro station, so I can take either 10:09 or 10:96 to get there. We'll see which comes first. Looks like it's going to be the 10:09. There I go on the bus. Fare box. A fare box which I did not use because I don't usually pay my bus fare in cash. I use my phone to pay for it, which is pretty common here. Most people pay their bus or metro fare with either a phone or with a contactless smart card. I'm gonna try to get a shot of that when other people get on the bus in just a bit. And that's how someone scans their phone to pay for their bus fare. And that's how you pay using a card. The coronavirus pandemic is still ongoing now, so it's definitely important for us to be wearing masks on public transportation at this point. The voice you're hearing is making some announcements about safety on the bus and also announcing the stop. The stop announcements are made in Mandarin, Shanghainese, and English. I think Shanghainese is a bit of a new thing that they're doing here. It's not that widely spoken these days in Shanghai. Not as much as Cantonese is in Guangzhou or even in Hong Kong. But I think this is part of their interest in preserving it, at least somewhat. And here's what it looks like to ride the bus. Lots of construction over there, often the case in China. Up there at the top I've got a board telling me the names of the stops. Oh, not anymore. And I'm about to reach the end of this ride. In this case, I'm bound for the terminal station. And this is it. Here you can see where some of the buses are stopped. But they just let us get off right here. And that's it. The bus fares here are flat. No matter how far you go on a bus, it'll always cost you the same amount of money. So that means there's no need for me to tap my card or scan my phone again as I leave. And now it's time to get on the metro. There's one entrance here and another one here. Most folks take that other one over there because it's a little easier to find your way. But you know, I'm feeling adventurous today. I'm going this way. And here I am in the metro station. This is a fairly typical underground metro station. Not all of them, though, are underground ones. Over here you got ticket machines you can use to buy a ticket. If you want to pay in cash, that's the best way to do it. Or you can also scan your phone to pay. These machines can be used to add value if you have a card. Here's a map showing the whole system. Kind of amazing how big it is. One of the biggest metro systems in the world. I'm not going to pay with a single journey ticket or a card. I'm going to use my phone to get in. So I've got to pass through here. There's a temperature checking area here. That's what this sign says. And there's an x-ray machine to make sure I'm not carrying anything dangerous into the metro. I made it, and I'm here in the station now. I'm about to get on a train. This screen tells me when the trains are coming. And here's an actual train. I'm going to get on it. Plenty of empty seats. It's a Saturday, so things aren't too busy today. Once again, you can hear these announcements of the stops in English and Chinese. And that just now was Shanghainese dialect. Like I said, this was an underground line at the beginning, but it's come above ground at this point. Hard to see much out the windows because of the fence they've got at the edge of the track, but there it goes. Now you can see a lot more. Yes, this is Shanghai. I know it looks a lot less urban than you might think, but like I said before in some of my other videos, if you remember that, and if not, I'll tell you right now, cities in China tend to have jurisdiction over a lot of area outside their urban cores. So right now we're in a more suburban, even slightly rural area, but we're still under the Shanghai city government. And here we're pulling into an above-ground station. High up here. That little jostle you just saw was me almost falling over as the train stopped. I'm approaching my station where I'm going to get off and change trains right now. Ooh, look at those nice trees down there. I'm on line 16 now, but I need to get to line 13. Here we go. Now to find a sign that takes me to line 13. There we go. Back this way. So Unlike line 16, line 13 is an underground line. So right now I'm up here on the footbridge, but I'm going to need to go down to get to line 13. So here we are on the escalator. Here's ground level, but we're just going to go right on past ground level. Underground toward line 13. And here we are at the platform. The screen can tell you when your train is coming, like this one is coming in about a minute and a half. And here's the platform. Here it is. Here comes the train. See the lights coming on into the station. Ooh, here they come. This one's looking not too full. That's good. These cars seem a little fuller though. And here I am, I found a nice empty place to sit on the train. You don't need to pass through the fare gates again to change lines here. You just find your way from one platform to another. So off I go to my next station where I'll actually get out of the system. And here we are, coming into our destination station for today. Here it is. Quite a few people waiting to get on. We'll get off first. Hopefully. Hopefully they'll let us get off first. Here we are. Follow the sign to the exit. You can also interchange to line 9 here, but we're not going to do that. Unlike on the bus, on the metro, the fares are distance-based. So that means as I go out the exit gate, I'm going to have to use my phone again. Have them scan it so they can find out how far I went and deduct the right fare. So here I go out of the station. Here I am through the gate. I'm going to exit 4 to get out of the station. Here in Shanghai, they number the exits to the stations. In Guangzhou, Hong Kong, and some other places, they use letters for them. I kind of think that's better since there are numbers for the lines, to use letters for the exits and entrances instead. But Shanghai doesn't do that. Here I go to exit 4. And from here I will leave the metro system. Here I am outside the station. And with that, that will bring this video about public transportation in Shanghai and how I use it to an end. If you like this, feel free to like and subscribe so you can see more about my life in China in the future. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.